Did you play anything cool this past week or 2 weeks or what have you?
Oh God, I've been playing so many cool games. This month alone has been absolutely 100%. Like, I cannot hold all these watermelons or lemons or whatever the meme is. I can't hold all of these.
It's
Pots.
limes.
Is it limes?
Oh, I'm thinking
I
of
can't eat all of these pancakes.
I'm thinking of pots. I can't put all these pots away.
I'm thinking of that stock photo of a guy dropping a bunch of lemons or limes.
Okay.
I'm just constantly all of the games are falling on top of me. I've been playing Look Outside, which I know Pat has played.
I did play Look Outside.
That might be my game of the year.
I saw you say that, right?
Yeah.
And I went, that's fucking ridiculous. That's silly.
Mm-hmm.
And then I played Look Outside, and I was like, I don't think it's my game of the year, but like, like I could listen to somebody argue that it could be. That kind of place in my mind.
I picked it up, and the impression, it was recommended to me as a like Fear and Hunger experience in a smaller setting and tighter.
So I spoke with the writer on it, Francis Colombe. I don't know if Frankie C is his nickname. I've just been calling him that.
Frankie Smile Show?
Yeah. And I was like, I was chatting with him about the writing and what to expect. And I did not know that it is made by tons of the people who worked on Barkley Shut Up and Jam Gaiden.
Oh, word.
Barkley 2.
Oh.
And I was like, what? And it's like, okay, Francis Colombe was the Barkley 2 artist, and C. Boyardee did all of the music and a lot of the writing for Look Outside. And then one of the other writers is the guy who wrote Katana Zero. So like this is star-studded.
Wow.
So I don't know Fear and Hunger, right? I don't know anything about it other than it's mean, and that if you play it on stream, you gotta mod it so that there's less dicks.
I mean, I'm playing Cyberpunk right now, so
but what I can tell you is that my interpretation would be that whereas Undertale took from Earthbound like all those wholesome vibes, Look Outside takes like the nightmare shit.
So the RPG element, I guess, that I'm curious about is because I've seen it compared to Fear and Hunger, but one of the main things with Fear and Hunger is that like you die in 2 seconds, like on a random encounter with an enemy.
I reloaded many saves in my time with Look Outside.
Okay.
I had to restart Look Outside because it turns out I got to the first floor and I was having a really, really tough time with it. And it turned out I'd missed a whole load of stuff. That was like somebody came to the door and I didn't answer it, but apparently I could have got a cool maniac friend to come and stay with me and be in the party, and now we're going on a little adventure and having fun, murdering horrible things and making horrible friends. I love this.
It's
amazing.
It's really incredible. It is also like very stressful.
I was gonna say, is it very hard on top of that by default, or is it okay? Is it saving?
So like as a really good example, so think of like an RPG Maker style like RPG with like first person battles kind of thing, like a SMT thing. But like one of the first things that happened is I picked up a baseball bat. Yeah, baseball bat will help increase my attack. And then all of the special moves on the bat, like that would use your MP equivalent, does way more damage, increases the likelihood of the weapon breaking. And then in the middle of the fight, my weapon just like snapped in half, and then I was left with my fists.
Okay.
And I wasn't ready, and I fucking died.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. There's also sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say something else I was playing recently. There's a real great game for Sickos called The Tower of Calamonvo.
What is that?
It is super old school, kind of Diablo 1 influence.
How do you spell that?
How do I write that?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. It's with a K.
Yeah.
Ka
Oh my
game is
god,
so
this
cool.
looks just like Diablo 1.
Kale Monvo. Okay.
Oh, this is for sickos, isn't it?
Yeah, and there is a demo. I would tell people try the demo because it's a game that has quite a bit of rough edges. It is gloriously archaic. I think that's how I described it. And like there is no controller support.
I
No,
see.
You're playing mouse
you
and
can't have
keyboard.
those modern conveniences.
Is it for sickos
And
leaning on
like-
the window going, yes, yes?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the sicko. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if
Gotcha.
you crave like a very very old school kind of action RPG dungeon crawlery thingy, this game is super good.
Would you
Try
say
it.
that like this game is operating under the logic that Diablo 2 was too streamlined?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Oh, that answers so many questions.
Pat, as a person who has made the mistake of Diablo-like identification in the past, I would like to ask a question.
Yeah, go for it.
If I see two orbs of different colors on the HUD at the bottom left and right,
that is the number one signifier
that's a
of
Diablo.
like.
Okay,
Yeah, is the two orbs.
got it. In there.
Because those games are about meat grinding. They're like pre-Vampire Survivors,
Okay.
like meat grind.
The orbs.
Speaking of Vampire Survivors, have either of you played Halls of Torment?
I have played Halls
Yes.
of Torment. It didn't really do it for me.
Oh,
I thought it was a nice like remix of the Vampire Survivors like flavor.
yeah.
The Diablo like visuals were pretty cool, and the unlocking and progression were pretty fun. I think I still prefer Vampire Survivors as a whole. But I'd say this was the one I'd spent the most time with as a secondary, you know?
Yeah.
Some of them made the mistake of putting too much control in your hands and asking you to do more than just walk. And that I see that as a downside. I'm like, no.
There's a
just
couple
here
that
to
are really
walk.
good, but they want me to aim, and I'm like, I don't want to aim.
No. No, I'm not here for
Was
that.
it 30 minutes till dawn? Is
Yes.
that what I'm thinking
Yep.
of?
Yes, that's the one I'm thinking of.
20
It's
minutes.
excellent. It's a great game.
Yep.
It's good. Yeah.
But I
it
don't want to aim
requires
the
aiming.
game. To aim the gun.
The Hollow Cure one as well does require some aiming, or it has the option, I believe, that's on, but I think you can turn it off. Yeah. Keep it simple. Make it all about the stick.
Yeah. What else have I been playing lately? Got a game in my inbox last week called Smooshy Come Home. That one's really neat. It's a little 3D platformer. Kind of reminded me of A Short Hike, if you've ever played that.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
Don't know.
Oh, Short Hike is really really lovely. It's very like you play a little bird who's climbing up a mountain to get good signal on his
Oh,
on his
right. I
mobile
had this
phone.
on my wish list, but I never got around to it.
It'll take you an hour and a half tops. It is
Oh, okay.
very short hike. Very, very beautiful game. Really love it. You get you collect feathers to like increase your stamina. And it's just really nice.
Cozy
and then,
core?
like, the higher up you climb.
Cozy Core.
Something like that.
Okay.
It looks like a PlayStation 1 game.
Yeah, Smooshy Comes Home Smooshy Come Home kind of reminds me of that. You got like it's a little bigger, but it's that kind of a game. It's just nice. It's just a nice time, and of course Blueprints as well.
Yes, we talked
I
about
spoke
that.
at length about Blueprints.
About-
Let me ask you: have you felt like the RNG is too mean in Blueprints?
Yeah, but I haven't gotten that far into it yet, so.
I actually have a question about that, Casey. When you're going through a lot of indies, what's your personal like checkpoint for like progress, or at least like getting an impression of it? Do you kind of like, you know, a lot of games obviously have like their onboarding kind of early part, and then you kind of and then it's variable as to like when it gets to the meat or so. but like to cover a lot of stuff in a short period of time. Like, yeah, how do you approach that?
Well, a lot of indie games are quite short, so that's helpful. That can be very, very helpful, and it just depends on where along the way I vibe with it. Another game that I was streaming last night, a game called Rosewater, which is it's a very old school point and click adventure, fully voice acted, kind of old LucasArts kind of style thing, but they got these nice rotoscoped animations. And if you've ever watched the
that is old school.
It's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful.
Okay.
The moment that it kind of clicked with me, like it's this kind of like steampunk western kind of vibe to it, and it reminded me a bit of. Did anybody here ever see The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr. with Bruce Campbell? And he's this kind of science fantasy western setting.
No.
What?
Oh my God! It is amazing, and like the villain in it, I think was Billy Drago played him. So it's like, holy crap! Like this
is such a good example of every single conversation I have ever had with you, Casey. Hey, Casey, what's up? Hey, here's this thing you never heard of that you're gonna add to your wish list. Thank you, Casey.
I'm sorry.
I had not heard about Rosewater until you said it just now.
Yeah, the rotoscoping looks incredible. That's really good.
Yeah.
I love the other thing.
The guy who voiced Arthur Morgan is in that as well.
Oh,
really?
Nice. Okay. There's something fun about the old, like, Lucas style, like point and click and Scum VM games, basically, where it's not just like the detail of the rotoscope moments, but it's also like standing around and having conversations where people are kind of animating a little too much and things are a little too exaggerated. It's like the rotoscoped actor decided to dial up the physical, comedy to like 11 specifically to create like I'm tumbling off a roof, but my limbs are everywhere as I'm doing it, Because
they're acting, man.
This looks great.
Yeah, so that's a game specifically. I'm thinking like the onboarding period. Like, what clicked with me was like you get the start the first act. You're in this town of Rosewater, and then after that first act, you get all your gang together, you get your posse. The main mystery is uncovered. There's a treasure hunt you're going to go on, and you get this steampunk wagon, and you're going off on the trail. And all along the way, you're getting all these kind of like mini adventures and little mini mysteries and things like that. And it's like, all right, this is really, this part of the game, this is really doing it for me, because it feels like, yeah, it's kind of like an episodic kind of TV show kind of vibe to it. And it's like, I'm having a little kind of like this character centric episode this time, and then next time it's a much bigger mystery, or it's got such a great vibe to it. I love it.
Okay, is it point and click in gameplay as well, or just the aesthetic?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all point and click.
Gotcha. Right on.
So I've yet to finish that one. I was gonna wait until I finished it to add it to my Steam curator page and give it like the official thumbs up, saying, "Hey, check this out." Got so far into it last night. I was playing for like 5 hours, and I was like, I need to go to bed. So kick off very late.
So I feel like when it comes to like keeping on top of indies and things like that, I remember the exact.
Impossible. There's too many.
Well, I remember the exact moment when I felt like I'm drowning and I just will never be able to keep up, and it was when Humble Bundle started. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible.
That was the beginning.
Stop buying bundles.
Yep. Because you're like, these are great. There's 12 of them. They cost like very little. That's insanely affordable. I will play 4, and the others will just be in my library, and it's like not their fault.
I have like games that I have reached out to publishers to get codes for, gotten the code, can't wait to play this, and that was like 18 months ago.
Yeah, it's
it's tough.
There's a return to Metroidvania on Humble Bundle. Oh, I love Metroid.
I mean, so like a friend of mine who was, working on a game was just kind of describing for me, like, when he looked into like the metrics on like, the amount of releases and the things that come out, and basically like, the back in the day with Wii, when there was like the shovelware days, right? Where you're just like, oh my god, this eShop is going to be filled with like God knows what dreck. But every once in a while you'd be like, oh, look at this Muscle March. What is that? And then that'll be like a weird thing that stands out and be as a quirky gold mine. But with Steam, like, there is multiple great games that you personally would love that fit your own thing that come out every single day, and there's just either no marketing or no word of mouth or nothing to get it in your face. But it's just, and tomorrow there will be another 2 or 3, and it's just constant,
Yeah, it doesn't stop. Today, Old Skies just came out, and I haven't picked that one up yet because I want to finish Rosewater before I get that. Old Skies, it's from the guys made Unavowed. It's another point and click.
Okay.
That just came out today.
Okay.
Either of you played Unavowed?
No, man.
No.
Really heckin' good. First, like, old school point and click adventure. Great voice acting.
Just keep going to my wish list and just adding more shit.
Oh yeah, well,
I'll never play.
Well, this looks like a like noir version of the game you were just describing, actually.
It's really wonderful though. Some really great voice acting in that one as well, and that's one of the games that actually got me into the genre in the first place.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I do genuinely apologize if your wish list is getting. I'm just in piling more stuff on the pile, but
it's untenable. But that's better than the opposite, where like I remember being a kid and being like, oh man, I hope a good game comes out this year. And part of that was like way less games came out, but also it's like if EGM didn't point it at me, it might as well have not existed.
Yeah, friends at school might bring it up, or sometimes I'd go see something new on the shelf at a rental store, like I'd go to the video store and you'd catch it that way or so. But, and you know what, too? I will say that, like, for the beginning of the Xbox 360 era, when Xbox Live Arcade was happening, so I used to work in QA, and I feel like everyone back then would everyone tried to keep up with like the Xbox Live Arcade releases at first. You were grabbing a little bit of like almost every new thing, and then at a certain point it's like, oh no, you can't grab every single one of these things, or certainly even just keeping up with like what catches your attention.
Yeah, like this month has been positively and just untenable. It's untenable.
Like this week alone.
Yeah.
Well,
like Casey and I were chatting about it just briefly, but like French Lost Odyssey is out today. I'm going to be streaming it later today.
I'm going to be streaming it myself as well. I'm looking forward to that a lot because
we played the preview versions, and that preview version was excellent. And then all subsequent reviews of the full game have been excellent.
I feel like in my brain there's that potential, like maybe one day we will like. There will be a time where I'm stuck in a cabin, but I have internet. you know? And
that's going to be...
This is my horde for when it happens.
That's going to be when you're in a nursing home.
Yes. Okay, there we go. Yep.
And like in between, like the nurse helping change your poopy diaper, you'll be like, do you know about Mark of the Wolves? And then they'll pretend to play it with you.
Another one that came out, White Knuckle.
I'd never heard of a single one of these.
Oh, God,
good name.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
that's good.
It looks so good though. I need to play this.
I mean, just a list.
How the fuck?
This is one of those like, okay, go back and listen to this list afterwards. Okay.
Oh, it's being published by Dread XP. Okay.
Whoa, interesting art style. Yeah, okay, 3D climbing your hand is latching onto things.
Full controller support, apparently.
Interesting.
Okay. Wait, it's a roguelike? It's a climbing game roguelike?
Cool.
Apparently
That's
so.
weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's interesting how like retro art style and things that are like reminiscent of earlier generations are more than just an aesthetic choice, but actually like a budgetary practicality, as well, in a lot of cases.
Well, one of the things
I love a lot of horror games, and I find like the kind of retro aesthetic, it's more than I find that it's more than just a nostalgic thing. In terms of like the lack of detail can often lend to your imagination filling in the blanks.
I totally agree.
Yep. Yep.
I kind of like horror games that look too shiny and pristine and stuff. It doesn't do it for me the same way something creepy and grungy and grainy does. Like there's this amazing it's not a strictly horror game. It's a first-person shooter called Rot, and it kind of veers into horror after like towards the end of the first episode, and it gets super creepy.
Mm-hmm.
That's the brown Soviet shooter, right?
Yes. Oh, that game is absolute like chef's kiss, amazing aesthetics. Because like whatever it's doing, the guy who made it made his own custom engine for it, and whatever it's doing visually, it looks like the shadows, just all kind of light just drops off. It's like dark in a way that other games just are not, and it's creepy as hell.
I've heard a lot of good things about it. I
Yeah.
own Rot? Okay.
Oh,
I did not know that.
Play it. It's amazing. Cannot recommend. There's
Yeah.
a creepy horse in it as well.
I mean, like, I think, like, obviously games like Crow Country, like, that relies on its art style, really, to, like, pull off a lot of what it's doing besides the homage parts. And, yeah, a lot of the time you can also, mess with the aesthetic as well and do interesting things, like it's not perfect, but for what it does, Inscription is an awesome way to play with the visual style of things being a throwback, and then you kind of establish a look and the way the characters behave, and then you change that up, and there's a whole lot to that as but it's also like it's an elegant way to make it immersive, but also again it's like you're not attempting to achieve reality with this, and it's not too expensive. You can in a lot of cases go with something that like we enjoy the look of, like really detailed nice pixel work or a good low poly model in more cases than something that is like approaching realistic but like is still kind of like uncanny valley.
Well, one of the things that happened is so Gene played and put out a review of Expedition 33 today where he lavished his praises, but he pointed out something that I had like unconsciously picked up, but I didn't know how to put it into words, which is Expedition 33 like looks like a fucking 360 game. Like it looks like an Unreal Engine 3 game with like the way that the specific like broad shading of like greens and blues and reds are.
Okay.
Like
I just want
it's nostalgic for the 360.
I want Lost Odyssey vibes, like
that's what it feels like.
Hitting me over the head. I want that badly. Right on. Okay.
I can't wait till we have nostalgic PS4 games.
Oh, give me that sweet chromatic aberration.
Remember when they put this shit in every game? Oh yeah.
I mean, brown shooters is like already a thing in our brains. I feel like what are like the we need to get far enough away from the generation to see what the flaws are in the things that are being attempted by its peak releases, right?
Oh, I got one for you. Oh man, remember when games used to cost too much? Oh look, they made these new ones cost too much also as a form of nostalgia.
So somebody in the chat, I think it slipped by me.
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned Tail Concerto, The developers of that have a new game coming out next month. Fuga Melodies of Steel 3.
Oh,
that's the furry
the
orphans
furry game.
Furry orphan
Furry
crushing
tanks.
machine. I believe was the game. Yes.
Have you ever played the first? The first game is amazing.
No, but
I've not.
I've heard a lot about it, and I bought it,
good.
and I haven't touched it yet. But like, yeah, the what I've heard of it and described in detail is pretty fucking incredible.
Oh, like Fuga exists on the spectrum of like type of game that I would like to get through both of the Front Mission remakes and Valkyria Chronicles 1 and 4 first before I can get to Fuga 1. So there's like 5 games in the way.
Do you know what I would most compare it to is like Darkest Dungeon. It's like the
that's interesting.
I will
like
transfer my interest over to you, Wooly.
I love me some
like
DD.
a little linear kind of path, kind of exploration. It's like
yeah, I mean the
sorry.
No, just everything about well, certainly at least the Darkest Dungeon character loss, you know, parts of that, and mecha as well is right up my alley too. Yeah, are there other elements that are similar that you're thinking of?
Sorry about that. Not really. It's like there's always tension to Fuga because it does have that mechanic that was rather controversial when it came out. I was like, no, I don't want to stick the orphan in the canon. And you don't have to. Like it
but I will.
The mechanic to you. And
I will, even if someone says in game, you really don't have to do that.
It's one of those things that a mechanic that's there as a threat.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
You can do it, but like
when I was playing Frostpunk, like I unlocked child labor as like my first technology.
Nice.
It's important. The kids need to work the furnace with their tiny hands.
Okay, so we're talking about like, you know, things that get like the current generation throwbacks, and you know, obviously, yes, we didn't say it, but the quote that we bring up every time is the, you know, whatever you find now weird, ugly, and uncomfortable and nasty about a new medium will surely become its signature. CD distortion, jitterness in digital video, the crap sound of 8-bit, etc. The thing that I'm realizing playing Cyberpunk 2077 right now that I want to see is a future game that harkens back to open world jank, where you walk around the corner of a world and you see the NPCs T-pose populating, dropping out of, you know, they're spawning into existence. Like the fact that the cops barely can track their way over to you when you like get a 1-star or 2-star thing. Open world jank is still a problem.
The Oblivion remaster came out yesterday. And from what I've been seeing of it, it is a Unreal Engine wrapper on top of the old engine.
Oh yeah.
So it looks really shiny and fancy, and it is like flying apart every time you interact with it.
There we go. Okay, I'm describing a game that on purpose is making fun of these problems, but it is hilarious that this is still doing that thing.
I have played a lot of jank Polish and Eastern European shit, and I will tell you that it has to not be on purpose. Like you can make like a bad movie on purpose, and it's usually not as good as a bad movie by accident, right? Which is why when Tommy Wiseau says it was supposed to be like that, I'm like, I don't believe you, bro. I don't believe you for shit, Tommy. But like jank is accidental.
Casey, are you familiar with the term Eurojank as coined by Pat here?
Yes. Oh yes.
Yeah, so that particular flavor.
I'm a bit of a connoisseur of jank. A jankosaur.
Woolie, you should play Witcher 1. If you want some fucking jank shit, you should play Witcher 1. That is the most that is the game that has been fixed the most from its original release.
Yeah.
That is still massively fucked up.
You know,
honestly, I recommend playing Witcher 1 without any mods or anything. Just play it. Just go with it. Just
go right in raw. Someone Someone has a couple years ago, someone said something to me, and I'm still thinking about it, which is, I've been picking my own LPs and games to play on stream, and I've been eating too good because
I've received the same comment.
Because back in the day, you know, with best friends, we used to suffer every now and then.
Well, we would pick games to fuck with the others.
And now, by choosing my own meals, I've been eating too good, and that you need to remember to wash the taste of something terrible out of your mouth, and you need to return to jank, return to the call of bad, you know, so that you don't forget your roots. And I'm like, damn, do I truly need to drop like games I love and the Cyberpunks and doing my Silent Hill return or Dead Space exposure for the first time in order to go play some horrible asset flip? You know, do I truly need to feel the cold, bitter wind to remember what it's like?
You should play it's a very strange game. Someone in chat can help me. It's called something like, hey, you want to play those games, don't you?
Yeah.
What's the name of that?
Let me check here. Let's
You've got
someone in chat, because Vinny recommended it, but the name is really specific and weird.
Okay.
Okay. Somebody in the chat got it. It's called, yeah, you want those games, right? So here you go. Now let's see you clear them. And it is a mini game compilation of like dozens, if not hundreds, of games based around fake ads from like TikTok or YouTube.
Oh, that's great.
Here, I'll post the Steam
that's
page in
super
the Discord.
Good. Yeah. That's great. Thank you. I love the sound of that. I mean, to be fair, like, out of spite, I did just sit down and marathon through Omicron: The Nomad Soul in its entirety. So I have.
Yeah, but that's not the same, man.
I did,
because you already did that shit years ago.
And then I did it again, and I'm just like, okay, so there was that, but I know there is something. Yeah, people are yelling, you've gotten weak. There's a weakness inside of you that only bad games can strengthen.
Yeah. Do you want a really cool game that is? It was something for sickos, like there's a game that came out this year called Asylum that has been in development for like 2 decades nearly. It's the same developer as Scratches. If you remember Scratches, like this really weird Myst like kind of first person point and click adventure.
Okay.
And I freaking loved it, and I couldn't finish it because of a game breaking bug. I would still recommend it anyway, because like it feels like a game from like 30 years ago.
So it was announced in July of 2010, and it came out in March of this year.
Yeah, it's amazing. The voice acting is really great, and like the character models are really, really, really off-putting. They are upsetting to look at. They got that weird kind of turn of the century early 3D model looking weird ass faces.
Are these?
And it's like,
am I seeing a pre-rendered mansion that you're navigating through, like Myst?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing today that plays like that, and I loved it.
Okay.
It's flawed as hell, but it's one for the sickos.
Okay.
I'm here for the sicko recommend.
The sicko recommends.
Representation.
Yeah. Perfect. No, that's a lot of them in a very short period of time, and I'm going to have to go back again. And I've been making note and just adding things to my cart as you've been talking, but that's a lot of cool shit.
I could keep going.
Yeah, you really could.
This would be a decent time to at least tell people like where to check you out and where to find you.
At, Casey?
I'm on Twitch, twitch.tv/Casey Explosion, where I will be streaming some Claire Obscure Expedition 33 later on tonight.
Hell yeah, you gonna stream it in French?
No, I don't think so. Is that an option?
Well, I mean with your voice.
Oh,
right.
En français?
Ouais, pourquoi pas tu peux faire le stream en français?
I'm afraid my French is non-existent.
Irish.
Damn.
Pauvre petit.
I'm letting the side down. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But, no, I'm really looking forward to that, and I have a Steam curator page. where I stick all of the games that I recommend on there, and one of the things that I find really neat about the whole Steam curator system is like it's Valve has let it just go to crap, but it's actually a really, really good functional feature. So if you follow my curator page, stuff that I recommend will start showing up on your Steam homepage. So you can get like games for sickos.
Okay.
Hey, see, I have like a really stupid question, and this is extra stupid because I've followed you for years. How do I actually get to your Steam curator page?
I can throw you the link.
Okay, yeah. Because like I don't know how to get to that in Steam.
It's not a stupid question, and in fact it's a very, very it's good of you to say. So when you're looking at the Steam homepage, like I got this up here now, and on the left side there's like game
browse
like categories,
right,
and such.
Oh,
like
recommended
that.
by curators.
There you go.
Oh my god, I can't believe I never saw that.
Nobody
I follow
sees
one
it.
curator. Casey Explosion. Okay, I did it at some point.
You're not the only one to find like where the hell are the curators, and most of them are not good, but I think there are some really, really great ones, and it makes some ones that do put in the extra effort and do things right, makes them stand out a bit more. It's all the more important.
It's a great feature.
Well, you played Rainbreaker?
Yeah, that was really good.
It is? I was thinking about it.
I'll tell you now, it's a very flawed little game because it feels like it was meant to come out in early access.
Mm-hmm.
And they just kind of finished it up and put out what they had.
Oh.
Yeah. But for what it is, it's actually it's really fun, and it's like $10 or something like that. And
okay.
it's like it's priced accordingly, I thought. But like the music is really good. Some great visuals. It's very, very much cut from the same cloth as Hades. Like they know what they were doing there.
Mm-hmm.
But
okay,
like the moment-to-moment gameplay is really good. It's snappy and responsive. It's good shit. But be prepared for a much smaller. Far smaller experience than what I think it could have been. This should have been an early access game that was added on to over years, like Hades was, and it's like they kind of pushed this thing out, and like I think that the publisher should have funded that for like a good stretch.
Hey,
it could have been a lot better than it was.
I have a question. speaking of games that they're going to just push out, whether or not they're ready or not, that the publisher probably should have funded it for more, no matter how long it's been in development. It should have released in early access. Hey, Woolie, did you play the Alpha Lab 2 for 2XKO this week?
I sure did.